this is Ansley Borman with the International Issues Speech, Self-Critique. I did my speech over the mosquito-borne virus of chikungunya. Starting with the introduction. I think I did well gaining the attention because I started off talking about the atmosphere of a World Cup game. So I believe I deserve an A on this part. I showed relevance to the topic because this is an issue concerning Americans bringing back a virus that was gained in Brazil. So I believe this was relevant to Americans here, and this is relevant to many people around the world because lots of people can be affected by this virus spreading. I established credibility by using a quote by Mr. Moshood in the introduction paragraph. It was just explaining why the World Cup game is so intense and fun. The thesis statement was clear and concise, talking about exactly that Americans went to Brazil and are now at risk of carrying home a disease called chikungunya. I previewed the body of the speech by talking about the four main body paragraphs that I'm going to talk about. And it was concise, clear, and easy to understand for the audience. Moving to the body, I think I did well making my main points clear. I talked about, the main points were the symptoms, how you can get it, who is affected, and how we can prevent this. So those are four very clear things. Strong arguments. I believe this was, I had very credible sources that helped my credibility and created a strong argument and resources that really showed that I knew what I was talking about. My supporting material, like I just said, was well used, and it was strong evidence, and I made it clear with my paragraphs and made sure that the sentences were flowing nicely with my quotes that I decided to use for my resources. Effective oral citations, I used a variety of different ones. That way it didn't sound too boring, and it's very clear whenever I'm citing a source. Effective organization, I had four main body paragraphs proving each of those four things that I was talking about with the chikungunya. And the effective transitions, I made sure that we knew when it was the end of that body paragraph and what we were then going to be talking about in the next paragraph. So I believe I deserve an A on the body paragraphs and my construction on that part. Moving to the conclusion, I prepared the audience for the end of the speech by saying in conclusion, and I decided to talk about the good parts of knowing how to do this. I summarized my thesis once again, and I made sure that the main points had been talked about for, however many times I had already talked about it, making it very clear for the audience to know that this was the end of the speech and that they now should know about these four main topics that I addressed. I also made it go out with a bang, as you could say, making sure that it wasn't a boring ending. So overall, I believe that I deserved an A, and thank you very much for listening.